I'm bored.
I know.
I'm hungry.
I'm not doing carbs.
Sure.
You know what sounds really good?
Vinegar pie, Jell-O salad, egg balls.
First of all, I hate you. Second of all, you're upsetting. I said something that sounds good.
To each her own.
My friend Katie's family has this recipe, and it's called chicken spaghetti.
I thought you weren't doing carbs.
Don't yell at me.
Chicken spaghetti. Where is Katie from?
Iowa.
Welcome to another She's Cookin', the show that celebrates troubling Midwestern food. I'm Betsy Morgan of She's Folks, and we have another She's Folks member, star of Celebration, Iowa, Alex Newkirk. Alex is here to share a traditional Iowan recipe.
I don't know if tradition's the right word, but it's my tradition.
Great. This is from friend of She's Folks, Katie J. This one has everything. Processed cheese food, an infamous brand of canned tomatoes and chilies. It rhymes with Ro-Tel. Something called chicken water, and also frozen garlic bread. Italian people will have to do some deep breathing exercises because this is not Italian food. This is Italian food, and the I stands for Iowa. As I mentioned, Alex here is from Iowa. Oh, I know, all I owe, Iowa.
Done with you.
I did a little research on Iowan food leading up to this episode, and one of the first things that came up was gas station pizza. I really must visit.
It's delicious. Casey's Pizza. Have you not had Casey's Pizza?
Well, I shouldn't be so sassy. Where I come from, we have spaghetti in a bucket. It's both convenient and delicious. Okay, let's get started. So the first ingredient, like I said, is a very specific brand of tomatoes and chilies. Any Midwesterner knows what I'm talking about. We have a can of original and also a can of mild.
Some spice, but not too much spice.
We also have a very specific brand of processed cheese. The recipe says to add the full brick, which is gross, but not quite as bad as what they called it at the grocery store. 3/4 pound spaghetti.
A box is a pound?
Uh-huh.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Hey, Betsy.
Hey, Alex.
What's red and bad for your teeth?
Oh, do I have Weinstein?
No, it's a joke.
Oh. What is red and bad for your teeth?
A brick. You're welcome.
We also have a very specific brand of frozen garlic bread. You know the kind. The first thing that we have to do is create what is called chicken water. I initially thought this was homemade stock or homemade broth, but no, it's just chicken water. It's kind of a chicken tea. Basically, you boil 2 chicken breasts in a large pot of water, and then you reserve the chicken water. So let's get moving.
It's helpful.
Okay, to make chicken water, it's really quite simple. You have a pot of boiling water to which you add 2 chicken breasts. 1.
Ew. Chicken snot. That's going to be part of the water. Put it in there. There you go. There you go. You're welcome.
2.
We could, salt the water. Don't people salt
I
water?
did salt the water.
Oh, great, yeah. Fine.
Sorry, that
See?
was sassy. I did salt the water. Well, we can cut the shot because I have to wait on this to do anything else in this recipe.
Well, can you just say, while this is cooking over here, we can chop up the Velveeta?
Like a cooking show?
Yeah.
Alex really loves cutting the cheese, so I'm going to let him do the Velveeta part. You asked to.
I hate you.
Oh. Sorry.
I said silence.
I did. I don't know what happened.
Everyone's fired.
Bye. So I guess the best way is to just go.
Remember, we want those. Oh.
I'm gonna cut it down, and then this way, and then I'm gonna.
Yeah.
Well,
Just
I
for the
guess I can.
cubies. Do those really satisfying cubies.
That's what I'm going for.
Don't cut yourself.
I'm not gonna. I'm not new. I guess I could have done it this way.
Yeah. This is really... Your knife... Your knife skills are amazing.
I watched The Great British Bake Off. Little cheese product nuggets. You're welcome.
Mm-hmm. Thank you.
You're doing so many things with judgment.
I know.
This is a great recipe.
I'm excited about it. I kind of get the sense it would be good for the Super Bowl, which is what I call the Oscars. Meanwhile, the chicken water is bubbling away.
Cube. Are you satisfied with my cubing?
Great cubing. Bigger than I would have done, but great. I'm going to test the temperature of the chicken. You know, one of my favorite things to do is when I'm waiting to boil water, I just measure the temperature and watch it go up. Okay.
What's it supposed to be? Oh, I blame your chicken, not my recipe.
We now have our chicken breasts out in a big pot of boiling chicken water. Rather than boiling the pasta in a fresh pot of water,
Why waste the water?
We've been instructed to boil the pasta in the chicken water. So, 3/4 of a pound of spaghetti.
The chicken looks so sad.
This is the grayest chicken.
It's not going to matter. The cheese has its own level. The cheese product has its own level.
I think at some point there's a lot of things that aren't going to matter to us anymore after we eat this.
You're wrong. You don't break your pasta when you put it in?
No. I married a partially Italian man. I can't break pasta anymore, but there was a time that I did. What does one do with 1/4
Just
of a
put
box?
the whole thing in.
The recipe says 3/4 of a box.
Well, that's because you don't want to get overwhelmed. But, like, I'm just saying, like, what are you going to do with that?
That's what I'm saying.
So do it. Just put it there. New recipe.
While the pasta's cooking, we need to whip up the garlic bread.
Bye.
Do we need... How many per serving? Like, when you do it...
Put the whole thing. We do all of it.
No. I mean, like...
You can fit all of them on a plate.
That's
Oh, no.
not my question. When you put a serving together, is it 1 or 2 pieces?
What?
Of the
Chicken
bread?
spaghetti?
1 or 2 pieces of chicken spaghetti. No,
Oh, I'm asking
when
you.
you serve the chicken spaghetti
That's
on
what I'm
top
saying.
of... How many pieces of bread do you put on the plate?
Well, you always want to be able to take a bite of bread with the chicken
So
spaghetti
more
on it.
than 1.
Probably. Well, the whole box. We always
No,
make the
not
whole box.
per plate. You can't do the whole box per plate.
No. I'm saying you
Listen,
get another
here's the thing. I
garlic
know
bread.
you don't cook a lot, and I understand what's happening here, and I went through it myself. But as a good Midwestern boy, you cannot conceive of not cooking for a whole family.
Yes.
Okay. The moral of the story is make the whole package.
That's what I kept saying. You said,
I know,
what's
but
the serving size?
I didn't understand
Make the whole
what
thing.
we were talking about.
Make the whole thing.
Like, look, I know this is terrible for you, but there's nothing more
So
delicious.
good. It's my fave.
Remember when I wasn't doing gluten?
What a monstrous time. Do you want me to cut that chicken?
We're gonna get there. Alex is gonna cut the chicken the way that you cut the chicken for this recipe, which is cubed.
These small pieces.
Small pieces.
Like, that's a small piece.
Okay, great.
But then, like, this is also a small piece. You know?
I would call that sliced.
No, but
You're not there yet. I have a hard time not being in control.
here to help.
You want to cut it with the grain of the muscle. We don't drain you keep the liquid.
Yeah, I mean, it's better than adding more chicken water.
Well, maybe we should see. This is where I want to change the recipe. I want to, like, if we're going to use the cooking liquid, I want to drain the pasta right now, pour this in, cook it in this for a while. But that's not what the recipe says.
Oh, no.
So,
That's so much extra work. Yeah, maybe it's a little extra. Maybe you don't have to do it.
maybe it's a
Chicken
little extra,
spaghetti.
but, like, I don't want this to be soupy.
Yeah, it won't be. You save the chicken water because it's still so solid with a full brick loaf. Woohoo!
And
You
well,
need a little bit
now
of-
it's chicken pasta water, which is starchy chicken water.
But, like, sometimes you don't have to use it. It's just to, like, if you need that extra push, you know, if you want it to be a little bit runnier so that you can dip your garlic bread in it.
If you're from a certain part of Ohio, you would say poosh.
I'm not from that place. I don't want to say that.
You gotta poosh it.
I'm not gonna poosh nothing.
I'm going to drain the pasta, but I'm supposed to reserve the chicken pasta water.
Some of it. Ew, you're dipping it?
How else do you do it?
Pour?
I'm not going to pour.
Ew, now it's gonna...
Here we go.
I'm sorry.
Right back in the pot. What do we do next?
Well, now you can put...
We put the cheese in.
Well, now we just put it all in.
But don't we have to, like, stir it with the cheese?
I usually put the chicken and the cheese in at the same time.
I'm going to do the cheese first.
Asks me how the recipe goes. Does her own thing anyway. But see, it's solid in there.
It sure is solid in there.
And, like, you need some chicken water sometimes. You might need a little.
These are undrained cans.
Ro-Tel. Yeah, just warm. Just keep it warm.
Yeah.
You just want to keep it warm. So it helps...
Melt the cheese product. Wow,
yeah,
this
the
makes...
goo product.
I didn't think about this.
Makes a lot.
It makes a lot.
Oh, yeah.
No, I think it's going to take a while for this to
It takes a minute.
break down.
It takes a minute. Cheese product that doesn't need refrigeration.
Liquid
It holds its
gold,
own.
baby. There it is. Here's the chunkies. We'll try and get it
Going
down.
away. Going away. It's delicious. That sound. Ugh.
It smells like...
Queso dip.
Precisely. It smells like, but not like restaurant queso dip, like
Super Bowl party.
Super Bowl party.
Yeah.
Oscars. Yeah, it smells like that crock pot queso dip that you get at like family reunions and youth group get-togethers.
Yeah. Do you want to go on shifts? I can stir for a minute if your wrist is getting tired.
It really is like
Thick.
yeah.
Chicken water. I like to like push on the cheese cubes to like help them break up.
Poosh.
No.
We're adding the chicken now, obviously. This is a substantial amount of food.
Yeah.
This is...
What else would require a full loaf of cheese product? Ooh, yummy!
When I was
It holds
a kid,
it stronger.
we always said we knew when the garlic bread was done when the smoke alarm went off. It's true.
Okay, I believe
Bread's done! We're just gonna do a little sploosh of chicken water because the recipe calls for it.
Just a tiny bit.
Just
It's
a
to your,
sploosh.
it's to your, you know.
My dad measures in splooshes and dollops. He says mac and cheese is a sploosh of milk and 2 dollops of butter. It's true.
A sploosh.
Start up the fun with the dollop. What? The Daisy sour cream? Oh.
Nope. I'm not 1,000.
This recipe reminds me of, is sort of in the same vein as an Ohio dish, which we should definitely do for this show, which is referred to as Cincinnati chili.
What's that?
It's spaghetti with chili on top and shredded cheese and diced onions, but the chili is very specific and it's a little bit sweet and it has cinnamon in it.
My 12 out of 10 would eat that.
It's pretty great. Alex says it's best when the garlic toast is a little burned, so done there. It's done. What we're going to do is we're going to put a serving of this on top of the garlic bread.
No.
Oh, you don't?
No.
I thought that's what you did.
No, I just put it in a bowl and I just...
You put it on the side?
Yeah, and I just fork it onto my...
Oh.
It's like homegrown fork it. Well, we can... For presentation...
No, I want to do it right.
Well, I mean, I just put it in a bowl. I just put it in the bowl and fill that bowl, and then I put that on top, and then I, like, hold onto the bread, and I...
Oh, like an aristocrat.
I use my hands.
Okay. Okay.
Mmm.
It's very
Heavy.
heavy.
Yeah, it weighs a lot.
It has weight to it. Put a garlic bread on there.
Do you like a Bernie or a less Bernie?
Yeah, whatever.
There you go. And then you just fork that onto there and you're in the gullet.
Okay, off we go.
Did you try it?
Yeah, I guess it's time to try it. This is
Chicken spaghetti.
chicken spaghetti.
So good. So,
What do I do?
well, do as you please, but like, I like to,
Ooh, there's
you know, like,
There's some-
build a bite. Build a...
it wants to argue with you a little.
Mhm. It will put up a fight.
Yeah, it puts up a bit of a fight.
It's gonna do that inside of you later.
Okay.
You just do build a bite. And then
Build-A-Bite, like
yeah.
Build-A-Bear?
No.
And you eat it off the bread.
Well, yeah, it's fun. It's more fun that way. Funner.
It's funner. Okay. Yeah, that's correct. It all adds up.
Yeah. Yeah. It is not a surprise dish. How could it be? You watched all the process. You saved the chicken water.
It takes a little effort.
Only because of the bread.
No, there was no bread in that bite. Oh, it is a little spicy though because of the original.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. I think hot sauce would be good in it.
Yeah. Get it all fancy if you want.
Yeah, get it fancy.
How dare you?
It's like there's a little bit of skill to this. That I seem to.
Yeah, you burn all the calories of the food by
eating it.
assembling it.
Yeah, just like celery.
It's calorie free.
Yeah.
You don't need to do it on the garlic bread. It stands alone. I mean, it could literally stand up on 2 legs by itself.
I wish I hated it. But I do not.
It's hard to hate. And also, if you want, you could just dip that garlic bread in that cheese.
Yeah, this is hard to hate, I think is... It's like somebody had a leftover cheese dip and thought that might be good on noodles.
And thought, how do I feed a family of 4
How
with
do I
this?
feed a family of 10?
Yeah.
I mean, look,
It's good.
it's great. It's great.
I usually have this once a year.
Mm-hmm.
I guess I checked it off of the
It's-
list for 2019.
It's a once a year. It's a once a year dish.
It is a gluttonous food.
Mm-hmm.
But it makes you feel like home.
Mm-hmm. This doesn't make me upset. It maybe makes me sad in an existential way.
You'll get over it.
Right. And you know what I'll use to get over it? This.
You could serve it as the meal at a Super Bowl party.
Mm-hmm. Oscar. This is my first piece of chicken.
It like adds some...
There's some texture there. I'm not a huge chicken and cheese person.
This really isn't your dish.
I feel my body thinks that should have been the end of the serving. And yet, there's quite a bit to go.
You get me going with a little bit of wine. I could have 4 bowls of this. Thanks be to the Jenkins family.
Mm-hmm.
For this heart stopper. Showstopper.
Well, maybe all I owe, I do owe Iowa.
Oh, profound.
State Fair, Rogers and Hammerstein.
Uh-huh.
Well, I'm glad that Iowa brought me you and chicken spaghetti. Processed cheese and pasta. I may never poop again.
Always a pleasure doing business with you.
Well, that's it for another episode of She's Cookin'. You can find the recipe if you would want it at our website. Also, please subscribe to our channel. It really helps us out. Thanks, and see you next time.
You know, I can just text the recipe to anybody you want.
Or Alex will text it to you.
Just hit me up. I got this.